All right, everybody, Economic Ninja here. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful day. Thank you for all the new subscribers. If you look down and you have been unsubscribed, I'm getting a lot of people that have noticed that. If you don't mind re-clicking the subscribe button, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And again, thank you everyone that's giving the thumbs up. It's really helping me out. I've seen some interesting things lately, and things are changing. Let's put it that way. All right, guys, we're going to talk about lumber prices, and we're going to give an update on what's going on in the futures market. And again, my hypothesis has never changed. Even back, 2 or 3 months ago, I said that you'll start seeing lumber dropping in mid-July. Now, we are seeing the price of the futures drop right now, but I believe that that will be followed by the physical cost of lumber. I know a lot of people have had a hard time believing that, but that is going to happen because we're going to be focusing on food and fuel, I believe, next into this summer. I'm going to start really going over the crop reports, and there's something literally happening right now that it's just horrible, but these are facts, so we're just bringing you the facts, okay? So here we go. Lumber futures on the Chicago Mercantile Exchange plunged more than 40% in June, suffering the worst ever monthly decline on record dating back to 1978. Now, I want you to think about that. That's a really interesting number, 1978. Remember, in the mid to late 70s, we had huge inflation, right? But we had the blow off top in 1979, which then led the Fed to reverse course on interest rates, spike them to stop inflation, okay? So right here, back in 1978, was the last time that lumber futures had crashed this much. Prices are down 18% in 2021 and recorded the first negative first half since 2015. Now, 2015 is also a really interesting date because the cost of lumber had went up and essentially doubled, if my memory serves me right, and it came crashing right back down to where it was, and so that was another yet very interesting year. That was when we saw a lot of stress in the banking system as well. It was going highly unreported too back then. So it shows you the chart right here. It says lumber peaked in late April, early May at around $1,700 per 1,000 board feet. And as of Thursday morning, prices are down more than 4%, this Thursday morning, to $684. It appears the great lumber bubble of 2021 has encountered a classic commodity blow-off top, down 60% from the heights. Now, I have told you that I believe that we're going to see, and you're seeing right here this trend line, we've broken below the trend line. I wouldn't discount or, say that there's no chance of a dead cat bounce. However, I do believe the long-term trend, long-term being the next 6 months, is down for lumber. I think this is a good time to be waiting on the sidelines because remember, these are lumber futures, and the reason why they're plummeting is because everyone is so stocked up. They bought lumber futures, ran the price up, they took delivery, and now nobody's buying their overpriced lumber. So companies are going, oh man, what do we do? So this is a great time, I believe, for someone on the sidelines. I'm not saying go out and buy lumber yet. Obviously, the physical price hasn't changed. But this is a really good sign that you're going to see that I was correct. And it's not about who's right or who's wrong, I guess, but it really, that patience is a virtue in inflationary times. And that's why I'm trying to show you guys things that people aren't looking at. That's why I've been talking about silver lately as opposed to crypto, because I want you guys to be looking at things that not everybody are seeing. Just like when I came out and I said right about here that lumber, and we'll get a better timestamp. I'm going to start doing some videos where we edit, bring out what I said in the past. But don't worry, this is not going to end well because we're going to be caring about food and fuel by the middle of summer. All right? So I'm going to put this video or link this in the description, the article, as always. But I want to show you this last little thing, okay, right here. The latest drop in prices suggests that the cause of that inflation, the mismatch of supply and demand, will not last forever. This is from Brad McMillan, CIO at Commonwealth Financial Network. As suppliers across industries get their acts together, these shortages will fade along with the inflation that looks to be happening for lumber now and will happen for other inputs later. Now, I want to close on this. I don't exactly agree with that being said, because the whole a mismatch of supply and demand, the price of lumber went exorbitantly high because of the cost of futures, because large lumber companies purchase futures in anticipation for massive demand. And the facts are, because those prices, they bid them up on Wall Street, along with a lot of other speculators, the demand was not there based on their fear or expectations of the market, if that makes sense. So just because they ran those futures up and then they said, hey, we've got lumber, here it is, but it's, 4 or 5 times as much, the demand failed them. There was no demand, okay? The other thing that's interesting is I don't exactly call this inflation, where you see the whole term of too many dollars chasing too few goods. The reason why is because this type of inflation was done on a futures exchange and not in the physical market. Sure, there were shortages, but it was just because as things started to wake up and people way back when started, building and taking the time to, hey, we're being forced off of work, so we're going to build a fence. And they'd run down to Home Depot. There was just more people that day or that week or that month that decided to do a home renovation project. They stripped the store, and because we have a very fragile on-time delivery system in our nation, it sent a shockwave. Rather than just waiting a little bit and allowing the system to heal itself, the futures got run up. And that's what's going to be very interesting in the coming waves when you start to see, honestly, guys, I know people are saying, why are you talking it so much? I like to talk about the things that aren't going up right now, because there's going to be a panic in those, like gold and silver. So anyway, with that being said, I'll let you guys go. I appreciate you taking a look at this article. Please let me know in the description or in the comments what you think about the program or the futures market right now, what you're doing with your projects. Are you going ahead and build right now? Are you waiting? Let me know. I love hearing your comments. You guys are awesome. The best subscribers on YouTube. With that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.